Hi teachers, I'm going to show you how to use the teacher toolbox to help drive your small group instruction. So each of you should have a teacher toolbox account. You'll use your email address that you use for iready and your same password. If you have not been into teacher toolbox yet this year, then you need to hit the register now button. You'll fill out your zip code and the school, and then it will let you log in. I've already been in, so I'm just going to hit login, and then I'm going to choose my subject. So I'm going to choose math, and then my grade level, let's do fourth. This will take you to like what looks like an online textbook. That's what it is. It goes right to the classroom resources tab. This is where you're going to pull your lesson. So the first thing you're going to do before you start choosing a lesson is make sure that in iready you have pulled your instructional groupings report for your class group. So I've pulled the fourth grade math one. Maybe I'm working with the group 2 students or the group 3 students. These are my yellow kids, or my red kids are usually group 1 and 2. When you figure out which students you're working with, you'll click on the grouping. It's hyperlinked, and it will then tell you each kid what they scored and how they scored in each domain so that you can see where they need help the most. If you want to see a grouping description of why they were grouped this way, it's because they were low in number and operations or algebraic thinking. Then it gives their instructional priorities, gives you a little blurb about why they're low, what they might be struggling with, kind of gives you some background knowledge of what they need to overcome this struggle. And then under recommendations for teacher-led instruction, these are standards, basically. So these are objectives that you can copy and paste right into your lesson. These are the things that they need to work on in each domain. So in number and base 10, they've got 4 standards that you could work with them on. Kind of gives you, again, a little synopsis of what they need. And then over here under resources, these are 1-page PDF documents that are lesson plans, basically, that you can use over a day, a week, 2 weeks if you need to spread it out that far. But they will just download as a PDF, and I pulled one up, so let me show you here what they look like. This is the compare and order 3-digit numbers. Now, because these kids are so low, you'll notice here at the bottom that it pulled from a 2nd grade lesson. Remember, I'm in 4th grade math. So it takes them back to what they need, what it thinks that they missed, so that they can get that prerequisite knowledge. It has your objective there that you can copy and paste right into your PowerPoint lesson. Tells you some materials so you can get these virtually. You can have the students, if they have place value blocks or grid paper at home, have them grab it. And then it gives you a little synopsis of the lesson. Always kind of gives you 1 or 2 ways to teach. Tells you about how many minutes. So you'll notice small group is only going to be about 20-30 minutes anyway. So you could break this down into 3-4 days even of small group practice. And then at the very end here, let me scroll slower so that you can kind of see. They have a check for understanding. I always use this as my exit ticket, and I may even use the same question that they have up here. And then it gives you, hey, if you observe this, they might have a weak aggressive place value. If you observe this, here's what they might have. So it gives you another direction to go for those kids who aren't getting it. For those who are, you move on. But for those who aren't, it gives you some suggestions of review. So that's one way you can use that. The other way is the teacher toolbox. So remember, we've identified group 2 here. We know that they're weak in number base 10, multiplying and dividing within 100, rounding whole numbers. So I go back to my teacher toolbox and I find that standard. So comparing whole numbers, I can pull a lesson from there. Lesson 2, number and operations. So you can just go through, if they need help with place value, whatever standard that they're weak on, you click on lesson, and it takes you to everything they have for that lesson. So here's some tutorials that you can show. You can app share in Zoom. You can re-record them using Snagit and send them out. That way, tells you how many minutes they are. These tutorials are ones that they're going to see in iready anyway, so you may not want to send them out. That's totally up to you. But these show some interactive ones. And then right here, this Ready instruction book, it gives a student version and a teacher version. I like to just pull the student version. You click, it tells you the standards, so you can copy and paste that right into your lesson. And then it will always pull up as a PDF, so you can save these, whatever you want to do, but we do have access to this. When that PDF pulls up, it looks like a textbook, and you can copy and paste this right from the lesson into your PowerPoint and make it interactive, make it last as many days as you need it to, and then it gives the answers there for you in your teacher book. So you have the answers in the teacher version of this book. Lots of practice though, lots and lots of practice with this concept. They even have writing in math, which is great to demonstrate. You can see their thinking, and then it gives a little quiz at the end of the lesson. So I would just copy and paste this right into my lesson, have the kids work on it in Blackboard or Zoom, and it's as easy as that. So you've got your lesson planned for the week or 2 weeks, and then once they're understanding this, you can see they've got some prerequisites. So if you need to even go back further, that's what the prerequisites are for. Okay, they give extra practice and problem solving books. So here's like a letter if you want to explain to the families what they're working on. Here's some extra practice for student. There's like 5 pages of practice with the teacher answers over there. They also give you extra lesson quizzes and a unit assessment even for place value or for each lesson. The tools for instruction is that little 1-page PDF that I showed you that iready already kicks out. In math, they kind of have some center activities, so you could do breakout room activities, but there's a lot of resources here that you could use in your small group class if kids aren't getting it to ensure that they are. Let me know if you have questions about how to use the teacher toolbox. I'd be happy to show you, help you plan a lesson, whatever you need. Thanks so much.